So here's my impression of Jeff before he gives a speech. All right, so here I am in the ballroom. They actually haven't finished setting it up, but I'll be giving a presentation here in a little while, doing a little speaking. I love speaking, but I still get nervous. I think it's a healthy nerve. It's not so much a scared nervous. It's not how am I going to look or am I going to bomb. It's not that. It's more of taking on a sense of responsibility for the audience journey during the presentation. And I want you to be thinking about what you do in the same light. How much are you thinking about your customer's journey? And before that presentation, before you talk to a customer, do you still get that little sense of energy rush or maybe even a tiny bit of nerves? Not so much that it would affect your performance, but enough so that it convict you or convince you that you're awake, that you're into it, and most importantly, that you're not sleepwalking through your own presentation. And I do see that happen, and you've probably seen it happen too. Maybe you've seen it happen with us. Maybe you actually can recount a time when you felt it yourself, where you were just kind of going through the motions. And I just want to remind you that very much like somebody who's going to give a keynote speech, boy, we can't do that. we can't go through the motions. Our audience demands so much. Our audience deserves so much more than that. And I think it's the same in a sales presentation. I think you have to look at it and say that your customer is coming through your door, or you're going to go through their door, but they've got a problem. There is some dilemma, there is some issue, there's something that needs to be fixed, there's something that needs to be solved, and they need you, and they need the best of you. They need you fully engaged. So if you can imagine you going to a ballroom like this and hearing a speaker who's going to get up there and just sort of sleepwalk through the presentation and just say, oh, I've memorized this, I know exactly how this goes, I know exactly what I'm going to say, but doesn't really, wouldn't you consider that a huge amount of disrespect to the audience? I know I certainly would. Well, I think it's the same thing with sales professionals. Look, we do the same thing for a living, you and me. We are influencers. I can't make you do anything that I ever talk about. You can't make your customer do anything. We are influencers. And we are at our best when we are totally into our audience. So just encourage you on that today and this week. What can you do to make sure you are totally into your audience? And if you feel a little healthy sense of nerves, good on you. Go out and change the world. Hey, it's Jeff. I'm in Colorado Springs at the beautiful Broadmoor Hotel and Resort, one of my favorite hotels on the planet. I'm going to be giving a speech here in a little bit, and we're going to be talking about how our customers perceive us and how our customers perceive our product. And I think that's the type of thing that we probably don't give enough attention to. We probably don't spend enough time thinking, how do our customers perceive us? We tend to look so often at our own product or on sales presentation through our own eyes. But I think it's wise for us to ask ourselves the question, if I were a customer, what would I see? How would I perceive this? And I want to just challenge you with that today. I want you to just look at it and say, if I were a customer, how would I approach this? What would I be looking for? And then not only what would be going on through my eyes, but what's going on in my heart. It's not just what I see, it's about what I feel. How do I feel about this place of business? How do I feel about my interaction with the salesperson? Because ultimately people are going to make the decision not based on what they see or even on the conversations, but how they feel about those things. So let me challenge you today to get outside yourself and to be thinking about, how does your customer feel? How does your customer feel about the experience? Hey, well, I've got your attention. If you are a new home sales manager listening right now, we're going to be talking about just that on an upcoming webinar. You can click on the link just below here to be able to see that. But we're going to be talking about that on an upcoming webinar about how your customer perceives your new home community. And we will be looking at their senses, but we'll be much more interested in their perceptions on an emotional level. It's really get into the psychology of perception, and it might just change the way that you are presenting your own community and your own value proposition. So just click on the link below. We'd love to have you for free on the webinar coming up soon.